Hey there, this is going to be a really quick, unedited video on the 5 steps to take you from $0 a month to a 6-figure copywriter. And it's pretty simple. You guys have heard some of these before. Some of them I don't think you have though. So I'm going to go through what my 5 steps would be if I was starting from scratch. Number 1, super simple, stop procrastinating. There's so many resources online. There's so many podcasts, books, and it's easy to get caught up in trying to learn the complex details and the templates and how to get everything perfect. And you can procrastinate for months, like years even, just trying to learn about copywriting before actually starting. And at the end of the day, you're going to learn the most by just putting in the reps and putting in the action. So step 1 is stop procrastinating. And that means get a client as soon as possible, even if it's a beta client. And by a beta client, I mean someone that you are not charging, someone that you're just writing copy for. And it's a win-win because you're building your portfolio and you are also getting a testimonial, potentially getting another client. So that's step 1. Stop procrastinating, start actually doing it. Might literally mean just practicing the writing instead of like watching YouTube videos about it. After this video, go and write something so you're not procrastinating anymore. Okay, step 2 is gonna be networking. This is gonna be with family members, bosses, friends, going to networking events, joining networking groups online, going to conferences. But think about it, like you have business owners already in your circle. So look at who's already in your circle. It could be friends of your parents. It could be previous bosses, your current boss. It could be, a friend of a friend or a friend's parent, or it could be somebody that you were just connected to through an old coworker or something. You have business owners in your circle. So talk to them first. If nothing else, you have a beta client in your circle somewhere. Even if it's a traditional business, that could be a beta client. One of my first clients was someone who owned a traditional business, and it was like a home improvement business. And you don't really need a whole lot of copywriting for a business like that, at least not at the scale that he was at. But it was such great practice, and it built the confidence in me that I could have a client on a monthly retainer. And so do that, start just accessing your current network and then expand that into networking groups. And, if you're like me and you're growing a podcast, that's a great way to network. But you can do that even just going to local networking meetings. I have talked about this in previous videos. I have 2 or 3 paying clients that have been a part of my whole copywriting journey, essentially, from when I didn't even know what copywriting was. But I met them at these networking events. And then as soon as I had any type of a business, they were all in because they just enjoyed networking with me and they enjoyed my personality. So then when I was hey, I'm a copywriter, they wanted to be a part of it. So that's a great way to meet people, is networking and stuff. Okay, now step 3 is going to be actually writing every day. And I'm saying this after step 2 because I think you should start in the networking right off the bat. And then make sure you're practicing every day. So that means either writing an email, writing a sales page, writing a VSL, ideally writing more than 1 piece of copy a day. I personally, if I was trying to get started again, I would want to do it as fast as possible. And so what I did do it pretty much as fast as possible. I did it in a matter of 2 months, really. From when I learned about what copywriting was, it was 6 months to making 10 grand. But it wasn't until month 4 that I was really serious about it. I was really reaching out to people on a daily basis, talking to prospective clients. So you can do it very fast. And what I did is I just started writing every single day. I was writing practice emails. I was writing sales pages. I was writing YouTube scripts. And some of it was for myself. Some of it was for beta clients. So that's step number 3. Write every single day. And even once you're a practicing copywriter, you'll have actual clients to write for every day. So you'll probably be writing. But if you run out of work to do, you should still make sure you're writing every day. So that's step 3. Step 4 is going to be get picky with your skill set, because you don't want to just be doing anything and everything. If you actually want to become a 6-figure copywriter, you have to be doing high leverage copywriting. So figure out what it is that you enjoy writing about, what kind of copy you enjoy writing about, but then also what makes the most money. So that's going to have to do with being picky with your clients also. So you have to be picky with the kind of copy you do and the kind of clients you take on. Because if you're writing Instagram Reels for someone who has 500 subscribers or 500 followers and they don't have a monetized program, you're not going to be making that much money unless they're just really wealthy and they're looking to throw money away. But you want to be really picky with the kind of content you're writing and the kind of client you're taking on. So I had to fire a client recently because they didn't have an actual business that was bringing money. They had a business that was kind of new and they couldn't afford to pay what I was charging. So you want to be really picky with what you work for, what kind of work you do, and who you work for. So that's step 4. And diving into a little bit more detail like that, I'll give an example of like a recent client I took on who I do LinkedIn posts and Twitter posts for him. And he has a business that generates a lot of revenue. So that's high leverage because of the client, because he's already got a successful following and a successfully monetized business. But writing LinkedIn posts and Twitter posts for a client with a really small audience that doesn't have a great offer is not going to be high leverage. So it's based on the client and their monetization of the audience that they have. So that's step number 4, be picky. Step number 5 is going to be getting comfortable pitching big numbers. And it only takes like 1 or 2 pitches to get comfortable with this. But that first pitch, when you're like, yeah, I don't work for less than $3,500 or $2,500, whatever it is that you are going to work for. That's like the first time that you're going to be like, wow, I can actually say that. And people aren't freaked out. Like they're like expecting that number. That first pitch, it's going to be a little intimidating probably, maybe not. Maybe you're just like not nervous about that at all. But I know for me, like the first time I said that to somebody, I said it so nonchalantly because I'd heard so many other copywriters say that number. I said 3,000 and the person wasn't surprised. And that surprised me. I was like, whoa, like that's a normal number. And yeah, they were like, so what do you charge for like full package service? And I was like, I start at $3,000 and it goes up from there. And I was just like, and then I just was silent. I was like, $3,000, and they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, wow, okay, so I guess that's what I can charge now. So that's going to be step 5, is really getting comfortable with those numbers, because if you want to be a six figure a year or 10K a month, whatever your goal is, high ticket copywriter, you have to be comfortable pitching high ticket numbers, because you don't want to have 25 clients in order to do 10K a month. That's terrible. I mean, yeah, you could probably work out a system or like a model where that works for you, but now you're managing 25 relationships and keeping 25 people happy and tracking 25 different business statistics and, all of the back end numbers that go with being a copywriter. I personally would prefer to have like 3 clients at $3,500 a piece and be making 10 grand plus a month than have 25 clients at like whatever that would be. I don't know. $500. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm a copywriter. So anyways, be comfortable pitching big numbers so you can just manage a couple of relationships, get really good results for the clients that you have. I mean, like my dream is just to have like 2-3 clients max. Like right now I have more than that. And I would love to just narrow down and have like a few high ticket clients that I'm getting stellar results for. And that I think is just so much easier. So those are the 5 steps. Hopefully that's helpful. If you guys have any questions, comment them down below. And if you want help getting that first client and really jumpstarting your copywriting career, book a call with me below. I'm down to jump on a call, give you my strategy, see if I can help you at all. And yeah, we'll go from there. But hope you guys have a great day and best of luck copywriting.